Photo books are expensive, so today we're going to talk about some places where you can get them for cheap or even for free. I've always believed that the best way to see a photograph is in print. I love that the internet gives artists and their audiences a virtually unlimited reach. But to me, there's an important difference between seeing work in print and on a screen. A big part of why I think that is because the creation of a photo book is a controlled process. The artist and the publisher work together. They decide on print quality, paper quality, cover design, sequence, and deliver to you a product that is the artist's work as they intend for you to see. Now, on a screen, you've got resolution differences, you've got color balance differences, color calibration issues. How many times have you seen somebody's phone and the color of their screen is different from your phone? So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, is the work in print is the way a photograph is intended to be seen by an artist. And that's really important to me. The second thing is, I just really like tactile things. I like the feel of the paper. I like to see the way the ink interacts with the paper stock. I like all of those things. That's a little bit on the nerdier side, but those things are important to me. With that said, photo books are expensive, and not everybody has the access or the funds to be able to buy them at full price. Now, I should say I really do believe in supporting artists. If you've got the means to buy things at retail, at full price, or even direct from the artist, by all means, you should do that. But not everybody has access to those kinds of funds all the time. Plus, there's other ways to support these artists. You can spread the word about their work to your friends and your social media audience, for example. So today, we're going to take a look at some places where you can find some photo books for really cheap or even for free. The first place I'm going to suggest is a great place to find some cheap books, and that is a used bookstore. Locally, one of my favorite spots is a place called Half Price Books, where they sell books for, you guessed it, half off. And many times, their prices are even less than half of a book's cover price. I find something compelling pretty much every time I go there. On one of my most recent trips, I found this book, Elliot Erwitt's Color. It was actually brand new, still in plastic, and it was $24.99. This is literally the largest book that I own. Now, Elliot Erwitt, I'm a fan of Elliot Erwitt, but I'm primarily familiar with his black and white work. So finding this book, which is a huge collection of his color work, was a really compelling find. So I was really excited about this. Again, it was a great deal at $24.99. It retails for $65, and you can normally find it for about $45 to $50, but finding it for half of that retail street price is just such a good deal that I couldn't pass up. Coincidentally, I also found Elliot Erwitt's Paris and New York. It's a volume of 2 books that are in this slipcase of his work in Paris and New York. So again, such a great deal on these books. I really could not pass it up. And being a big fan of Elliot Erwitt, it was just such a compelling find. I also recently found this, Ernst Haas on Set, which is a collection of his photographs on movie sets from the 50s. And there's a lot of beautiful work in this volume. I love movies. I love movie sets. Also, obviously, I love photography. So combining those things, I had to pick this up. It was $19.99. Great deal. Couldn't say no to it. Coincidentally, it was published by Steidl, which is a publishing house and print house in Germany run by Gerhard Steidl. So if you're at all interested in the process of printing and bookmaking, there's an excellent documentary called How to Make a Book with Steidl. And it's a feature-length documentary that follows him working with artists getting their books printed. So it was really compelling. The print nerd in me found it really entertaining and compelling, and I just had to watch it, and I highly recommend it. So since seeing that movie, anytime I see that on a book, I'm compelled to pick it up. I actually saw him speak in 2017 at UC Berkeley, and he told a story about how the paper mill he works with makes a type of paper that is a specific color, a specific thickness and texture that is especially for him. So that's really cool that somebody's got so much pull that they make a paper mill makes a paper exclusively for this one publisher. Now, browsing the shelves, I also get exposed to a lot of work that I normally would not be exposed to. And a great example of this I recently found is this collection of 3 volumes called MP3. That stands for the Midwest Photographers Publication Project. This was published in 2006, and it features 3 photographers: Kelly Connell, Justin Newhall, and Brian Ulrich. And the work from all 3 photographers is actually really compelling. Kelly Connell's work specifically, this book has a narrative structure that, I don't want to say it has a twist, but it kind of has a twist. It's a really unique presentation of a body of work, and I'm now a big fan of Kelly Connell. All 3 of these artists you can actually follow on Instagram. After finding this, of course, I had to seek them out and follow them on Instagram. But again, all 3 books in this volume were really great, and I peeled off the sticker. This was from a past trip, but I remember it being really inexpensive. It was definitely under $10. I want to say it was maybe $6 or $7, but I was really happy to have found this. Now, I promised I'd tip you off to where you can find some books for free, and that is your local library. Seriously, if you don't have a library card, you need to go get one right now. I mean, not right now. Finish this video and then go get one. The library is one of the absolute best resources to find photo books and really any kind of book. Now, even though I live in a small town, there's still a pretty good selection of photo books. But here's a tip. If there's a book that you're looking for and you can't find it at your local library, the librarian can search the system and get that book transferred in from another library in the county. So your selection of books is not limited to the ones that you find in your specific library, but really all the books in the county. Now, of course, you're only borrowing the books. You have to return them, but you get to spend a month with a photo book for free, and you can always check it out again if you want to. I picked up a couple of things on this last trip that I'm really excited about. New York City by Carrie Barretts, which is a collection of her photographs of New York from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So I'm really looking forward to familiarizing myself with this photographer's work. I'd actually never heard of her before, so I'm pretty excited to dive into the work of someone that is new to me. I also picked up Deanne Arbus by Deanne Arbus, one of my favorite photographers of all time. I've actually checked this book out, I think, twice before, but I keep going back to it. The work is really compelling. She was a really talented artist, and I'm definitely a big Deanne Arbus fan. I'm at the library every few weeks, and I always find something new. Well, thank you so much for watching. Go out and find some photo books. Let us know what you find. If you've got any tips of your own, please let us know. Help each other out. And if you want to support me, there's a few ways you can do that. There's going to be some links in the description. And thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.